G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we are doing the Lego Jurassic World T-Rex skull. Now, my whole entire reveal went straight out the window because, for whatever reason, I recorded for 3.5 minutes and didn't record anything else. I literally got the first bag done, went to stop my recording, and it hadn't been recording for however long. So my entire reveal for this completely went out the window. Although I will say this does have an interesting way of opening. If you can't find that, look for these finger panels. You press them in and you pull it open. I was literally looking for sticky tape as usual and couldn't find it. So we have 6 bags in this build and whatever little bags are inside. So this is probably going to be at least 6 weeks of building. So we'll put that off to the side. So yes, my week is slowly becoming more and more filled. Considering I'll probably be posting this on Wednesday, because I haven't currently got anything Wednesday or Monday, but I just feel like I want to give myself a little leeway if something happens. So that gives me Transformers on Tuesday, Lego T-Rex Skull on Wednesday, nothing for Thursday. Friday is Terminator Resistance. Saturday is Build the Tumbler. Sunday is Planet Grafter. So yeah, I've got 2 days short of the whole week that I don't have something being posted, which of course is great for now, but eventually it'll slow down and stop. This will be finished in 6 weeks. The Tumblr will be finished in another year or so. One of the games will eventually stop. Whether or not I'll end up replacing with something else, I don't know. So for right now, we're doing some more Lego. And I did tell my friend Lego Man that I bought this today, and he's like, I want it. And I'm like, well, go get one. And he's like, no, I'm going to steal yours. Good luck to that, because lives in the next town over, so he can't get nothing. So he's going to have to buy his own. So let's try doing this again. So there was an interesting thing in the booklet here, that apparently there are 46 bones in the real T-Rex skull. This has 382 in theirs. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with the QR code, because I don't know how that is. So, first baggie again. I cannot believe I recorded all this being built, made up some screw-ups, and I didn't record enough of anything. So here we are. We're back to where we were, back to the start again. Just like building a puzzle. Not that I'm not looking forward to rebuilding it. I just feel like, you missed out on some of my screw-ups, which I might go over. Plus, I said a whole bunch of rambling stuff, which, I would have had thought was going to be interesting, but I guess we'll never know. And I don't even know why it paused, honestly. I didn't remember stopping it for anything. I didn't have a phone call or nothing, so yeah. So we're going to take this piece. Oops, and that didn't even stay on. Try that again. We have this piece, which looks pretty cool. I wonder if there's any actual other letters of the alphabet. There are actual Lego pieces. So now, this was the first thing I found interesting, because I was looking at this going, where is this supposed to go? So we got to take one of the brown Supermans and put it on here. And because of the color, the way the color is, and even from this distance, me looking at it, you might be able to spot it. Here's it, right down here. There it is, right there. It's literally camouflaged. So, fancy that. But we'll put that on first. And then we'll put the brown Superman, which is going this way. Now, I have no idea where I'm going to put this at this moment. Oh, we need a big brown Superman too. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I don't have a lot of room on my Lego shelf, and I'm not going to be buying a shelf specifically just for Lego. This is just an extra pastime while I try and finish my Transformer collection. which I would say I'm getting close, but not really, because there is more than a few characters I still need to get. I have gone in. I think I said in one video. I don't know if I end up reiterating it later. That I did go in. I've decided to go in on the Fans Toys Constructicons, even though I don't like the pink. So hopefully the pink is more purple when they release it, but I'm not holding my breath, because I had a look at the X-Transbots, and I admit I didn't like the way the transformations worked. And I'll try that again. I saw because I was going to go in on the Zeta when that actually happened, if it was a thing. But then, of course, they started doing planet formers, so that's your Unicron and your Primus. Hey, Primus. One of these days I might go back to and do a proper review, but that's not anytime soon. So they've been doing planet formers, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do more, which means that their combiners basically went out the window until I did see a post on Show Z, because I've started looking there for my orders, because unfortunately, I think I've mentioned it before, one of the companies that I have been ordering a long time through is going to close up after they've finished completing all current orders and combiner sets. So they're not going to be getting any new ones. So I went looking for another one. There was another place I was going to go, but I don't like how their record system works. It kind of annoys the absolute shit out of me. So I'm not going through them. And I had gone through Show Z before. It actually was the store that I started ordering my figures through, long way back. But I had originally gone to a different place, like actually locally, because I wanted to support local companies that actually got figures in, and B, I wanted an actual alternative, and that is in the wrong spot. I wanted to both support more local companies, importers, and the fact that I could get them faster, because if I get it from Show Z, I've got to wait probably a month or two before they'll ever show up. But unfortunately, like I said, one of my companies is closing, so I got on Show Z, and getting back to my original point, I saw where'd you go? Yeah, I saw an order for Studio Constructicons, and they're too stylized, which is giving me the feeling that either Kang Toys bought the rights to Predaking off them for sure, because we all theorized that, because Zeta was going to make a Predaking, which then miraculously Kang Toys basically made, which was really stylized. And now they've released 4 pre-orders for Scrapper, Hook, Long Haul, and who was the other one? Bone Crusher? I think it was Bone Crusher. And they're really stylized. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. I admit I prefer my Transformers to be more G1 accurate. Although in saying that, Cybertron never transformed, and my Primus obviously does not look like Cybertron 100%. So, there is that. And I missed a bit. That goes across there. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. That goes... Yes, I did. I missed a few steps. I must have just completely skipped the entire page just then. Where am I? Back bits. See, even restarting, I screwed up. So there you go. You still get a stuff up in there. But yeah, I saw the pictures for them, and I'm like, you know what? I was going to go all in on the Constructicons with Zeta, and now that I've seen what they're doing, so glad I decided not to. Yes, Fans Toys wasn't exactly what I wanted, because I'm not a fan of the pinks, so I'm hoping they're a little bit more purple. but they're very vibrant. And like I said, the X-Transbots to me are a little bit too fiddly. Like, I don't mind some fiddle, but it's a bit too much. Where is that gone? Here it is. In saying that, I don't mind Fans Toys so far. Not that I've completed a full combiner with them. I'm still missing my dead end, but in saying that, they did release Viper, which finishes off their aerial bots. So here's to hoping that here's to hoping that means that they're going to release Dead End soon, and I can finally put my Stunticons together. So it looks like I'm probably just going to be sticking to Fans Toys for now on. So yeah, it is what it is. I was thinking about getting Iron Factory's King Leo. They're Leo Kaiser. Where'd that go? Now, before I keep talking, it's the mosquito. Where am I? I was thinking about getting it, but then I looked at it, and as much as I don't mind the size, really, the price isn't too bad either. The fact that you basically don't need the limb bots to transform the limbs sort of makes it a bit dull for me, because even though the original Zeta combiners did use parts forming, which I don't mind for the torso, the limbs, as far as I'm concerned, at least the lower legs and the arms, should be just the robots. So I saw their, what was it, drill horn, I think it was. I don't know what they're calling it, but their version of drill horn. And I thought, oh yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then I noticed that all it does is it slips in the side of a leg. The leg's already transformed. You just have to slide the reshaped bot into the side of the leg and it's done. Which just shows to me that what's the point of having all that parts forming? You might as well just leave the bots out, have them singular display, and do it that way, because honestly, it just seems like a waste of a perfectly good bot, slipping them in the side. Yes, you're filling in the holes, for the lack of a better term, but your leg might as well have transformed into your leg instead of the leg being parts formed. As far as I remember, Leo Kaiser has 6 bots in it. So I'm assuming that pretty much every one of them parts form. So, if you're into that, sure, fine. I don't mind parts forming. I just don't like it when everything is parts forming. Torso, yes. But however, let the limbs do the limb thing. So, get that there. Yeah, I will point out, I skipped, and I just almost did it again. I skipped that next page because I built it and went, where the hell's that piece? And yeah, it was literally stuck together. So, but apart from Transformers, I do have a few horror movies I got to get into. I want to watch the Voyage of the Demeter, which is basically the portion of the Dracula movie or the Dracula book that never really gets dealt into. So it's basically the trip that Dracula takes from Transylvania to England. And we all know that Renfield's the only survivor. They find the coffin, but everybody else is dead. Unfortunately, no movie has really depicted that. So and might be actually nice to watch. Tilt the camera up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. I admit I'm becoming quite a fan of Bill Skarsgård. I saw him in Pennywise. I think it was the first movie of his that I saw. I'd seen his older brother Alexander Skarsgård in like True Blood and that, which I enjoyed his work. But I've been really getting into into Bill's horror resume basically because I know he's doing The Crow, but he's in the remake for Nosferatu, which I think came out in the 1910s, 1920s. I said this last time, and I didn't bother actually checking it before I said it again, so there is that. But yeah, so it would be nice. It will be nice seeing Count Orlok come back on the screen again because, from recollection, they couldn't get the rights from Bram Stoker's widow to actually make Dracula, the Germans to make Dracula. So they basically went ahead and renamed him Count Orlok and created Nosferatu, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, basically the first vampire movie. There could have been other ones, I don't remember, but it's the one that I always think of. There's a lot of the cinematography that was used in Nosferatu that basically got referenced in a whole lot of films after the fact. So, a lot of your sort of camera shots and whatnot of one, two, go on. A lot of angles and whatnot would eventually get reused in a lot of other horror films like the 1950s, 40s. 1940s, I'm going to say, Dracula. I did like that, the Bela Lugosi Dracula. And I think even some of the newer ones used sort of references from it too, which is nice. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a grey bit. That one there. So yeah, so I am looking forward to seeing that. I'm iffy about Crow because honestly, I feel like, now I could be wrong, and you may say that I'm wrong. I feel like it's one of those movies you leave alone. It's a tribute to Brandon Lee. He died while they made it. Just leave it alone. Doesn't need to be remade. Let's just skip to step 2. I thought this was an Animal Tale. I'll tell you what it is in a minute because we're almost up to it. That's going to go into there. And we're just about done. So we have these, which are palm leaves, and I stupidly thought they went this way. And then I plugged them on. I'm like, nope. It goes on this way. Now, of course, you can have it that way if you really want, but that's up to you. And this is not an animal tail. It is a branch, which I thought was just hilarious. I'm like, is that like cattle tail or something? Because the T-Rex is eating it or something? Nope. It's a branch. Oops. And that goes on there and goes on to there. And last but not least, this goes on here and plugs onto there. And voila, we have got a few extra parts left. We have basically, I'm going with the conclusion, the stand all built. So yeah, it looks nice. It looks good. But we got about 6 bags of these. There is a couple that look a little-ish. Like there's a lot of whatever in that one. But there'll probably be about 6 episodes of this to complete it, which I will say, after doing Optimus Prime and Darth Vader and the 1960s Batman, it is nice to be able to say I'm doing 1 episode per bag. Also, I have this, which is the information for it. I am not sticking this on until I find it in the book, because I did the Optimus Prime one and I put it upside down. So I'm not going to be a smart ass and jump ahead of the book and put it the wrong way around. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.